Hello, welcome to Notebook. As we have or heard from our elders that the times have changed, so have the ways in which businesses are conducted. In this session, let us discuss some such changed aspects. Learning objectives of this session are emerging modes of business, e-business, e-commerce, distinction between the two, forms of business comparison between e-business and traditional business, and advantage of limitations of e-business. Emerging modes of business include newer methods to do the same business activities and even more. There are 3 emerging modes: digitization, synonymous with e-business; outsourcing, business process outsourcing or BPO; internationalization, that is globalization or taking business to an international level. We will be looking at the first 2 aspects in this chapter. Before going into the details of e-business, let's look at an example of an everyday business transaction that we all experience: ordering products online. Rahul has decided to purchase a new mobile phone. He goes online and searches for a second-hand phone that would be modern enough and fits his budget. He places an order, paying with his debit card online. The seller, Raj, realizes that he has the phone to sell but does not have a charger. He goes online to place an order for the charger with the manufacturing company. The manufacturing company receives the order and proceeds to fulfill the order. As they do so, their automated system shows that they now need to place an order for silicon circuit boards to manufacture the next lot of chargers. Unfortunately, the purchase executive is on leave. But this does not create a problem, as his manager gets an alert and confirms the order of circuit boards to their Chinese supplier online. 7 days later, Rahul gets the phone with the charger. Raj could fulfill the order because he received the charger on time. The manufacturers are now in process of manufacturing new chargers, as they also have received the shipment of circuit boards. Several aspects of e-business were touched upon in this example, and we will understand these soon. Let us understand what the term e-business means. E-business is a combination of 2 words: E, which stands for electronic, and business, which is a commercial activity between a buyer and a seller. E-business goes beyond the simple buying and selling of products and services online. It encompasses many broader aspects that we touched upon in the example of Rahul wanting to buy a mobile phone online. E-business has a wide scope as it includes all the functions of the business, such as production, finance, marketing, HR, sales, after-sales, customer relationship management. An important difference from traditional business is that these activities are conducted over computer networks. We have looked into e-business, but we also know that there is something called e-commerce. Then, we also need to look into whether these terms mean the same thing or are they different. We have understood the functional scope of e-business, but there can be another classification for e-business activities based on the parties involved in the transaction and interactions. This classification leads to the following forms: B2C commerce, B2B commerce, intra-B commerce, and C2C commerce. Business to consumer, B2C, refers to the interactions between the business and the consumers. However, it is not restricted to just the selling of the product, but also involves functions such as marketing, customer relationship management, CRM, and after-sales service, because these are the points of differentiation for any B2C platform in these times of cutthroat competition, where consumers are very choosy and gaining their loyalty involves a lot more than just the selling of the product. In our example of purchase of mobile phone, Raj was the B2C enabler. In today's times, a lot of upstream interactions also take place, which form part of C2B activities. This is so because the consumers have access to what they need on their fingertips, and therefore they go online and select what they need themselves through online portals such as Amazon and Flipkart. In our example, Rahul going online searching for the best suitable phone, placing the order and paying for it falls under this category. Business to business, B2B, refers to the interactions among different businesses. This will involve transactions such as placing order for the raw materials with the suppliers, as explained in our example, that when Raj didn't have the charger, he contacted the manufacturing company, which in turn contacted the Chinese vendor. The vendor supplied the raw material and manufacturing company produced the charger and sent. All these transactions fall under B2B category. And the factors which enable these activities also form part of the B2B network. IndiaMart is one of the leading online players in this domain in India. Intra-B-commerce. Any business will need its functional departments to interact with one another. Without it, the business can't work seamlessly. If there is no communication between the sales and production departments, how will orders be fulfilled? In our example, the manufacturing company didn't have charger inventory. Purchase manager was not available. But still, the superior got informed, placed the order for the raw material, charger was produced and sent to Raj. Rahul received the phone in 7 days only because intra-B communication was efficient. Dear students, so far we have discussed how the product reaches from the manufacturer to the consumer. Now let us understand how the product moves from consumer to another consumer without the intervention of the producer. Consumer to consumer, C2C. Consumer to consumer markets provide an innovative way to allow customers to interact with each other. C2C marketplaces facilitates an environment where customers can resell goods or services to each other using electronic transactions. eBay and OLX are good examples in this domain where used products are sold out from one customer to another. Having understood the various aspects of e-business, we will now compare it with the traditional business and understand its benefits and limitations. Ease of formation, e-business is easier to form than traditional business. Physical presence, e-business may or may not require a physical office. However, traditional business can't work without it. Location constraints. Freight or transportation is a big cost. Therefore, generally plants are located near raw material availability in traditional business. E-businesses mostly don't build up inventory. They only connect buyers to sellers. Setup costs. Traditional businesses require high setup costs due to purchase of land and building and other fixed assets. E-business requirement is comparatively lower. Operating cost. Traditional businesses have high operating costs due to fixed costs, while e-businesses have lower operating costs. Supplier interaction. Traditional businesses require several intermediaries to reach the right supplier, while e-businesses establishes a direct connect. Internal communication. Traditional businesses follow long chains of interdepartmental communication in a hierarchical manner, while e-business allows seamless interdepartment communication. Response time. Customer or supplier feedback response time is very long, and that for within the business is also not very quick in case of traditional business. But response time is instantaneous in e-businesses. Organizational structure. Traditional business has vertical structure due to hierarchy, while e-business has a flat structure. Business process and cycle length. Traditional businesses follow sequential flow, while e-businesses can take up unrelated tasks simultaneously. This leads to longer cycle in traditional business. Personal touch. Even with all the benefits of e-business, traditional business have greater personal touch. Physical inspection. A product like furniture will get better physical inspection in traditional business, while products like movies or music will have better sampling through e-business. Going global. It's easier to go global with e-business than with traditional business. Government patronage. Gradually, the patronage is increasing for e-business and decreasing for traditional business. Human capital. Technically, skilled employees are required in e-business but not in traditional businesses. Transaction risks. Risks such as not receiving payment or not receiving product is higher in e-business but lower in traditional businesses, which is conducted at an arm's length. We can derive the benefits and limitations of e-business from the above comparison. Benefits. Ease of formation, physical presence not always required, lower location constraints, lower setup cost, lower operating cost, seamless supplier interaction, faster internal communication, shorter response time, flatter organizational structure, simultaneous business processes, shorter cycle, increasing governmental patronage. Limitations: lack of personal touch, not suitable for all products, greater transaction risk, and skilled workforce required. With this, we come to the end of this session. We will continue with the other aspects of emerging modes of business in the other sessions. Happy learning!